Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be looking at something a bit more lighthearted because I have been writing and researching a paper for the last 5.5 hours, and if I have to talk about something serious, I seriously think I'm gonna kill myself. So anyways, before we get into that, let's look at today's fan art. So this is today's fan art. Coincidentally, and I swear I didn't prepare this, I am wearing the same wig that I am now. I love, love, love the blushy cheeks and the eyeshadow. I'm just shooketh. And the eyeshadow is also similar. Huh, nice. So thank you so much for drawing this for me and sending it to me. I really appreciate it. I'll link the artist down in the description as usual. Let's get on with the video. So today we are beginning a new series where I talk about weird things on the internet. And all of you are gonna be like, Julia, what the fuck do you usually do? But this series is gonna aim to be more lighthearted and just something of a bit of a relief from the heavier topics that I cover, because the reality is that a lot of the things that I cover might make you wanna, you know, leave, go live on an island, never talk to anyone again, delete all your social media. So let's talk about things that make social media kind of fun, funny, or at least interesting. Okay, so someone actually sent me this article and I've been digging through my inbox and I legitimately cannot find who it was. So if it was you, let me know so I can credit you in the description box. But from that article, I looked to see if there was a video, and of course there is. And it's by the same interviewers, Holly and Philip, that interviewed the woman who went from white skin to black skin.
Lovely to see you both. Thank you very much indeed for coming in today. Why?
It's a means of it being able to escape from life, get away from the sort of day-to-day busyness that you sort of live in, and just have a chance to chill and relax and have fun with the sort of simple things of life, like a chew toy or sort of hair scritches and that kind of thing. So a chance to unwind, chill, and clear the mind, really.
But why not yoga? Why not meditation?
I don't quite know, to be honest. It's just what I've sort of ended up building up as a reputation for myself to be.
And how does that build up? I mean, where do you go from? Well, how do you get to this? Because your normal job, you're a sound and lighting technician at a theatre. You don't really like being in the spotlight.
No, that's very true.
So,
how did I get to it? It came about because we sort of saw the sort of costume on the internet, on eBay, and purchased that one. And from there, it sort of became like a sort of an alternative ego, sort of a chance to dress up and role play. You do it as a child, and why can't we do it as adults, really?
And this is something that consumes you. You say that when you are a puppy, that's what you think about. You think in the...
When you're into it, you're into a sort of an area, sort of headspace. Your mind has gone right down into being a puppy. You ignore what's going on around you from the point of view of humanity, human life in the sense of money and food.
You're very...
Okay, so the first thing I have to say is that costume terrifies me. Something about the head just looks so like plasticky and masky instead of like soft and cute that it just creeps me out. But I have a thing about masks. I will never forget that Carnevale we went to in Venice. Won't ever be the same. Anyways, I don't like masks, so this majorly creeps me out. But aside from that, I can understand why someone would want to do this because, you know, especially with the comparison that he made about, you know, when you're a kid, you dress up or whatever. And, you know, I think that that's one of the things that makes Halloween a lot more fun is that you choose who you want to be and you can be that person. And I definitely think that it's a form of escapism that can help you cope with problems, whatever problems they may be. So I can definitely understand where this person is coming from, although this is a little bit extreme.
Big for a puppy.
I'm still just as playful.
Oh, don't you look really disappointed?
Your head went down when I said that. But puppies are quite sort of small and cute, aren't they?
But we're still cute and sweet and innocent, really.
Really?
Yeah.
And
we're house trained.
well, are you? Puppies aren't house trained. I mean, they're very, very little.
You have puppy training pads if you need to.
Puppy training pants?
Pads.
Pads?
Yeah.
So you don't go and use the facilities. You'll go to the loo on a pad.
In fairness, no. Most of the time and all the time, I'll actually go that will drop back into human mindset for going to the loo.
And what about food? I mean, you've got sort of dog bones here and bits like that. What do you eat when you are spot?
You can eat stewed beef and sort of chicken tikka masala, curry, rice. And you can eat it out of a bowl quite happily.
It's quite
the usual puppy food.
Yeah, quite a varied diet. But those are actual real bonios. They're proper dog treats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Help yourself.
Well,
Oh, you can't.
Oh, you can't. Oh, you need
Can't
to
you
be
get?
fed.
There's one in the bowl. Oh. There you go. So whilst he's having his treat, because he's been a very good puppy so far,
Bless these hosts. Honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of anyone, but it would be very hard for me to take this dead ass seriously. And Philip's there being like, oh, he's been a good puppy, like, give him a treat. That makes me almost emotional, but then I forget I don't have emotions, so. Oh, I have a guest today. So this is Gizmo, and Gizmo will be here with me for all of these weird internet episodes, right? Look how cute this is. Like, it makes me want to strangle it to death. Look at those little feet. Let us continue.
that you were engaged.
Yeah, and we split up 2008.
Yeah.
So
How much of this did you know when you got involved?
bits of. He didn't have the suit then.
Yeah.
He was more into lycra and all of those kind of things, and just started going out on walkabouts with other like-minded people and like-minded pups. X number of years ago, even though social media was around, it wasn't obviously as...
You didn't have the support, really.
Didn't have support, or it wasn't as open.
Can I ask you, and this is quite a personal question, but how far, because I imagine if this is affecting your relationship with your now ex-fiancé,
Yeah.
this isn't just a hobby thing. This is almost like
It's
a
a
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I mean, is it a sexual thing?
No, it's not sexual. The whole point behind puppy play is it's escapism, to get away from sort of money and run-of-the-mill and sort of a hectic lifestyle that most of us have these days.
Yeah.
So there's no sort of sexual aspect to the puppy side of life. It might be a catalyst and lead on to, but it's not actually the puppy that is engaged in the activity.
Lead on in what way?
Sorry?
Lead on in what way?
Because you relax and you unwind, you could end up from being a puppy then going further into sort of the bedroom sort of side of things.
What,
But it's
in
not,
the puppy suit or
no,
never
it's
in
not
the puppy suit?
It's not the puppy that goes to the lead on. It's like it's a catalyst, a start of.
So
So this is kind of interesting because I didn't think that this was sexual, but then he's saying that it can turn sexual, and I'm sure that there's going to be a little bit more elaboration, but I'm still very weirded out by that, as we know by the adult baby video I made that got the weirdest amount of hate I've ever gotten on, unless we're counting the Pennywise fetish. Never mind. Anyways, I'm really curious to see what exactly it means for this to go into the bedroom, because he did say it was a catalyst, so I'm assuming that it's not really about the dog. It's like he said, about being chilled and relaxing. Although I'm also very curious to think about the walkabouts, because walking around like that in public, I mean, I'd be really scared. Not necessarily because of the masks only, but just because, like, when I see people dressed up in public and it's not like a holiday of any sort, it always just reminds me of like shooters that go into theaters dressed up as characters or whatever. I don't know, maybe that's my own hang up though.
There is a complicated relationship here.
Yes.
Because you are, as we said, you are the ex-fiancé, and there came a point where you had to make a decision. You said if there was one big regret, it's the fact that you lost her as to be sort of intimate in your life. But we're
We're best friends.
You're best mates.
We're closer being separate than we were when
But
we
you
were
won't
together.
go out walking with him and all that
No.
sort of stuff. You don't do any of that.
No.
So you know him without the suit.
I know him without the suit, and I've seen him obviously through the documentary.
Yeah.
With him in the suit, as
Right.
it
So
were.
you learnt quite a lot about the
I've
documentary.
understood a lot more
Right.
since the
So
documentary.
the other triangle, part of the triangle in your life, of course, is Colin.
Yeah.
Colin is your handler.
Yes, it's not love as in love. It's a good soulmate, a good friend. Not too dissimilar to Rachel from that side of things.
And is there jealousy between Colin and
Yeah,
you?
Yeah, there
I know
sometimes
there
is. Yeah, there is.
Say there is.
I know there is. I'm stuck in the middle of the two, and I know that both of them are jealous of each other. I know that Colin is feeling threatened by Rachel, and I know Rachel would like me back. And the problem is, I don't want to upset anyone in the middle. I'm sort of.
Okay, so this took a weird turn because I didn't know that there was a third person. I just would expect that they would be on the show. And I'm assuming the handler is the person that takes care of him as a dog, which is curious because then why would she be jealous? Although he does say that it's kind of like a soulmate. So this is extremely confusing, and I'm also confused on the nature of the relationship between him and his ex-fiancée, because if they're together, why would she still be an ex-fiancée?
stuck.
We were looking as a team yesterday. We were looking through the European puppy competitions
competition,
that
yes.
there are and all that sort of stuff. I mean, is it like a gay scene, this thing?
The puppy side of life is predominantly. There are female pups out and about.
And actually, what you're doing, I mean, you're Mr. Puppy UK,
Yes.
and you'd quite like to take the seedy image away from
That's
this,
the idea,
wouldn't
yeah.
you?
People have this premonition that the puppy side of life is a sort of a seedy, behind closed doors, and no one should see it. But the whole point is we're not there to cause grief and mischief to the public. We're there to have fun and be, literally, to be a puppy, to be treated like a puppy. So an ear scritch behind it, you know, and sort of tummy rubs is ideal for us.
Why wouldn't did you think about getting a dog?
I thought about it. The way that my sort of lifestyle is domestically, I just don't have the time to actually care for them
Right.
sensibly, and
Fair
it wouldn't
enough.
be fair. So therefore, I can relate very closely to dogs, and I do dog sit for people at times.
Dressed like that?
No, not dressed like this. I have met a puppy like dressed up like this, and they weren't too sure because they could.
I'm not surprised!
From their point of view, they could see dog, they could see puppy, but they smelt human, and it just
Yeah.
they were so confused. It was just
Messes
not
with
worth.
them.
Well, so are we.
So I was kind of hoping they'd go into more detail about what the relationship exactly is, but I guess we won't know. But the fact that he's called Handler, I'm assuming, refers to just a guy who takes care of him, like on walks. Let me look it up. Yeah, so based on the website I'm on, some of this does seem to be a little bit more sexual. There's some leather, some of it looks kind of BDSM-y, so I mean, like, obviously everyone experiences this in a different way. So yeah, the handler is the person who takes care of him as if he were a biological puppy. So it would be very interesting to kind of figure out what it is that his ex-fiancée does versus this handler, because aside from her saying that she doesn't go on the walks with him, it seems like they are together? God, I'm so confused. What do you guys think of all this? This is very curious. Okay, so the video randomly cut off there, and I'm on their official YouTube of this morning. So I guess that's all we get about this. I will link an article in the description if you're interested to see more and read more, but the articles don't really say all that much more, although there are other documentaries, it seems like. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all this. Let me know if you've had experiences with this. I'm just genuinely curious. Anyways, me and Gizmo say goodbye, and I'll see you next time.